back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and you are looking live at one of the unexplored corners of Mookie Chilson World Headquarters here in beautiful New Jersey. We are hours away from departure. My buddy Pete and I are getting on the road between 7 and 8 a.m. to make the 7-hour drive out to Ohio. The anticipation is high. We are fresh off a New York Mets victory over the feared and hated New York Yankees. So spirits are high as the 69 World Champs pennant we have hanging over there. And you also see on the left there the Mookie Chilson World Headquarters, maybe the main attraction here, the Holy Grail Wall of Fame there. Where I have my victims of love pinned to the wall back the way that they were first intended by the original owners, and I have some thoughts about that, and I want to show you a couple things. Some of the cards we're going to grade here. This is, by the way, my latest Pinhole acquisition, or one of my latest Pinhole acquisitions. This is a picture pack, 1940 or 9 or 50 Cleveland Indians, Larry Doby. And you can see up there at the top, there's some pinhole action up there. So an inexpensive acquisition, and it's in one of those floating frames that Sammy used for his Laughlin Willie Mays. So first I just want to go through a couple cards that I'm going to submit to SGC for grading. Another one of these Batman cards. I keep finding these, and I'm going to keep grading them because I love them. This one is pretty nifty. Probably will get something like a 3, and the same for this one. I don't know. I'm just going to keep finding them and grading them. They're tough to find centered. This Willie Mays autograph, numbered 86 out of 100. I'm going to see if I can get PSA or maybe CGC and JSA to slab this up so I can display it with the rest of my cards on one of the shelves in the museum. Same thing with this Larry Doby. This is an Archives, I guess 2001, something like that. Heritage card or something that Larry Doby signed up there at the top. That I want to get that authenticated. I have this Hires Root Beer Larry Doby that's sort of been kicking around here at the World Headquarters. That is not in excellent shape or anything. It's not going to get a good grade, but I want to add this to my Larry Doby PC. And then I got this card. This is a card that I picked up with my buddy Sammy Thunder over in Garfield last weekend. It was ripe for the plucking. This was on my list for the National. It was the right price, and I said, well, if it's sitting on the table in front of me now, why thou shalt not pass up thy offering. And so I did. And I think it's in such a scuffed up case. You can see there it's got like lots of nicking and scuffing, and it just deserves a little bit newer tux. I think I might cross that over into a newer tux. So I assume that will maintain a SGC4, but I'm not making, bold predictions, even if it was a 3 or a 2. But let's go back over here to the Holy Grail Wall of Fame here, and do some exploration. Now, as you know, some of these cards are really meaningful and fascinating to me. There's my man Billy Buckner, who was a star before he got himself into trouble in 1986. We got the checklist. I love the checklist. That's a kid who really wanted to make sure he was maintaining his set and keep it in front of him and know which cards he needed and didn't need. You got your sort of Mets corner. There's Ralph Kiner in Kiner's corner. Fix you, Ralphie. Straighten him out a little bit. Duke Snyder and Gil Hodges there. It's a K-line, a Koufax. Babe Ruth. I thought about not putting this up there because it's so large, but I couldn't help myself. Reggie Jackson. Max Lanier from my man BK over at MacWack Stacks. I hope to meet him at the National. He should be there on Saturday, he said. Pee Wee Reese. Duke was showing this off. He's not going to be at the National, I know. It's my man Frank Robinson. There's one of those Batman cards with the upstairs downstairs pinhole. My beloved New Jersey. My only tobacco card I have is a New Jersey tobacco card. You got Minnie Minoso there with the pinhole. That's another Burke Ross, and that is from my man Joe at Four Soft Corners, who I hope to meet at the National. You got the one that started it all. That's my 54 Willie Mays. You got Gil Hodges, who took some to the chin there, but he's still standing. God bless him. Hammer and Hang. Casey Stengel, who I know Coach Miller doesn't really care for because he tired out Whitey Ford's arm, but he was still a great Mets Hall of Famer. And this is sort of a Mets wing here. You got the Tom Seaver, that's an O-Pee-Chee. You got the inaction Tom Seaver, the 72 Tom Seaver, 69 Tom Seaver. There's another 68 Tom Seaver next to Gil Hodges. Transogram Tom Seaver. My buddy Sammy Thunder will love that. This Nolan Ryan does not have a pinhole, but it's a nice traded Nolan Ryan. You see the Mets crossed out there, and you got the Angels written above Royal Crown. Back to the pinholes and Tommy in 75. You got the Mookie symbol. Willie Mays, 72, his last card as a Giant. Up top, on top of the pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame, that's a 1940s Joe DiMaggio pennant that my buddy Clint at Garfield gave to me. No, I think I paid him like $10 or something like that. But it's a half a pennant. Somebody cut it out, and the word DiMaggio is missing. But Joe's smiling face is there, and the Yankee Clipper is there, and Joe is there, and I just think it's a cool, cool piece. Boy, has that got holes in it. You got your world champs. I think Joe from Four Soft Corners gave me that. Nolan Ryan were number one. The kid, Gary Carter. Say hey, kid. There's one of the latest editions, my Johnny Mize, 1952 tops. And you know who gave me that? My man Greg over at Midlife Cards. One of the most beautiful cards. He remembered the story I told to my old coach in Little League and found this card and knew I had to have it. And boy, this is an inner circle pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame card. Thank you to Greg. There's my Ernie Banks exhibit. Look how young he looks. Larry Doby's all taped up and pinned up. My buddy Pete, who's driving with me tomorrow, gave me this Johnny Bench. This was in his collection. He didn't realize it had a pinhole. The pinhole it's in there somewhere. I'm not going to take it off. There's Roberto Clemente, his final card. Again, I love this card. This was Roberto Clemente's last card. It came out after he died. And so the young person who had this card took it out of a pack and put up an homage to the dead and gone hero and icon and legend, Roberto Clemente. So what a great card that is. Scooting over, there's another Clemente and Jim Gilliam, Stan the Man, Thurman Munson, another gone too soon, Pete Rose, not in the hall, Eddie Matthews. There's my man Roger Staubach, who was at the Naval Academy with my dad. This Carl Furillo, which has seen it all, faded and water stained and pinholed and tack holed, and it's back on the wall here at the World Headquarters. And then you got a Han Solo, and this is the sort of character corner, and Batman up there, the Grim Realization, Willie McCovey. And again, this one is not pinholed, but Lou Alcindor you can see is crossed out, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is written on top. Just one of my favorite cards, just for the cultural significance that card represents. Anyway, my question for you all is, are there going to be pinhole cards at the National? Now, I like to buy them outside of the slab, raw. And, you know, the less expensive, the better. That's one of the best things about this thing is picking it up is not that cost prohibitive. You see those exhibits. That Ted Williams came from Scott Dado, who Greg Midlife Cards put me in touch with. Anyway, there it is. Your pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame. Will another one be coming home from Cleveland is the question. We'll see. I don't imagine the showcases will be stocked with them. This is sort of a high-grade event. but we'll see. And so there's Larry, there's the pile. Let's go Mets. And let's go to the National. Yeah, baby. Thank you.